Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. I'm still a little bit disappointed by the Comic-Con that we just had over the weekend, CCXP, because even though I was telling you guys we wouldn't really be getting anything exciting out of the 3-day lineup of stuff they had, only 2 seconds of exciting footage right there. It's the same thing that happened to me in high school. 2 seconds. But it looks like good old Disney is going to be trying to save the day because they just made an announcement that they'll be letting us know their upcoming slate for Marvel, Star Wars, and basically everything that their company is currently working on this Thursday. What I'm going to be doing here for you guys is breaking down what we can expect from these announcements, some stuff that we've already heard murmurs and rumors of what's happening specifically. What are they going to be doing now that HBO Max and Warner Brothers have this deal to put movies on their streaming service and theaters at the exact same time? Will Disney also do this? Along with that, will we finally be getting confirmations of Fantastic Four, X-Men, all that stuff? So I'm gonna need you guys to leave me your opinions down below on everything we discuss here today. What do you want Disney to make announcements on? Not just Marvel related, they're also gonna talk about Star Wars, Pixar, basically the future of their company now that Hollywood has changed a lot. Really curious to hear your guys' opinions on what you want to see happen in here, but also don't be forgetting to hit that like button, man. It goes a long way, as well as hitting that subscribe button, man. Trying to hit 250K by the end of the year. Come on, help me. All right, so Disney this Thursday is gonna be having what they call their shareholders meeting, and this is basically a meeting that they have every other quarter where they just kind of announce an update of what's going on. It's not really sort of like the announcement panels that they've been doing in the past, you know, like they used to get people in a little auditorium, the press, and tell them, oh, Civil War's coming out with this character and that character. This is kind of more of an enclosed thing and really for people who buy stock in Disney, but information always leaks out about these events, and this time around it looks like it's really meant to kind of let the public know of what the future is. So this won't be something that you'll be able to stream or look on, but online you'll be able to get those constant updates, especially from me. You know, I'm a busy Thursday bringing you everything that they've updated us on, but this is what they said a roundabout of what they're doing. Disney on December 10th will announce its upcoming slate, while the studio will solidify what deadline revealed recently that the Tom Hanks star Pinocchio, Peter Pan, and Emma Stone star Cruella will bypass movie theaters to become Disney Plus releases. The studio will also announce new projects from Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Pixar that will encompass TV as well as theatrical. It will be a gesture towards not abandoning the exhibitors. All right, so a lot to digest there in what they're announcing. One of the big things that they mentioned right here is we did hear reports that these live-action Disney remakes that they're working on is a live-action Pinocchio that'll star Tom Hanks as Geppetto, a live-action Peter Pan and Wendy movie, and a live-action 101 Dalmatians prequel starring Emma Stone as Cruella. Those were all slated to be theatrical releases, but in our current climate and their need for Disney Plus content, all that stuff will be moving to the streaming service instead of going to theater. So looks like they'll be announcing that. But the big kicker here that we want to talk about, of course, is Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Pixar. Okay, let's start off with Lucasfilm just because I am a casual Star Wars fan coming from the guy who spent money on a damn baby Yoda live. ¿Qué pasa, Gregorio? I mean, when it comes to that, some of the obvious things that they're going to be announcing on and probably showing us some concept art, or maybe even little teasers of what's going on, is the Obi-Wan show that's going down with Ewan McGregor. We know that's confirmed and in the works, so that's going to be happening. There was also reports that we are getting a Boba Fett spin-off show, and with the recent episodes of The Mandalorian, that seems to be like a real thing happening. I wouldn't be surprised if we got some sort of Ahsoka Tano announcement either, just because she really left her mark in the most recent episodes of The Mandalorian, so that could be something happening. But what I'm most curious about is the movies that they're going to be working on. Now that we're kind of done with the main trilogy of movies, at least the sequel trilogy, what kind of films are they going to be working on now? Well, there was always talks about Rian Johnson doing his own little trilogy, but the backlash of fans and craziness that he got, I don't know if Disney wants to step back in that world, even though I'd be all up for Rian Johnson to give us his own movies. What I hope for, though, with these Lucasfilm announcements is it won't be more prequels, it won't be more backstories. I'm tired of just going backwards. Let's move forwards, man. But okay, the big thing we want to talk about here is Marvel and their announcement for what most likely will be the Marvel Phase 5 announcement. We've already gotten the announcements of what Phase 4 is going to be looking like, and even though we have not even seen that much of Phase 4, they are going to just try and keep the hype going for what Marvel's going to bring into the future. So I think they're going to expand on the movies they've already talked about, probably give us some more plot points, and I think this might actually be the event where they finally address what they're doing with Black Panther 2. And I say that because this movie is set to start shooting next year, mid-year, so they already have a plan. They know what they're going to do. They were recently under fire with one of the stars of Black Panther making some idiotic comments on Twitter. You guys can look into that if you want. But I think we're finally going to be let known on what they're going to be doing with Chadwick Boseman's absence in Black Panther 2. And my money is still on a recast. I feel like they're just going to hire another actor to be Black Panther, kind of continue on that story, and maybe in later films they'll make Shuri the new Black Panther or pass on a mantle with somebody else. I know you guys have way different opinions and some of y'all don't agree with me on that. That's fine, but hopefully we will find out on Thursday. Aside from that, also, Eternals needs to be addressed because there have been so many leaks. Even just today when I got on Twitter, there was a new leak of all the costumes and toys coming out of what these guys were going to be looking like, and that's a movie we were supposed to get already, so I wouldn't be surprised if they show us some footage there. I think what a lot of Marvel fans are currently waiting on, though, is the Black Widow announcement on whether they're going to stick to their guns or they're going to make it a Disney Plus exclusive. I don't think Disney's going to cave in and put it on their streaming service like they did with Mulan for an extra charge, even though I would pay money for that, or even do the thing where they'll put it on Disney Plus and theaters at the exact same time. They're going to stick to their guns here, but on that announcement, they're definitely going to be expanding their Marvel Disney Plus lineup. They've already announced the main lead characters for all their upcoming Disney Plus shows, whether that's Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. It'd be really great if we got some official costume reveals, because we already have gotten some for Miss Marvel that have leaked. We've seen Hawkeye with Haley Steinfeld, who still hasn't been confirmed by Marvel, even though we already have set photos of her out there. There's already reports that Disney is going to be shifting their focus from movies to Disney Plus shows just because of what's happened in the recent year, with it not really being stable to put all your money on movies being released in theaters, that we're going to see a major change in the MCU where a lot of the bigger events are going to be happening on Disney Plus instead of theaters. So with that said, we have WandaVision coming in January. We have to get another little teaser. They've been building up, just releasing a poster every other day, so you know there's another trailer coming up. A longer Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer would be really great also. And I know there's probably already people thinking, all right, Chris, but you haven't said one word about my good old Peter Parker Spider-Man. Unfortunately, even though Disney is working alongside making these Spider-Man movies, they are never the ones to make the actual announcement. That is all left up to Sony. Even if you go back to all their previous phases and big events, they never really address the Spider-Man movies or talk about them. That always happens a couple days after the event. So actually, we might be getting some Spider-Man news like 3 days after this Disney event goes down. So don't expect to see a title, don't expect to see a costume, don't expect to see any official announcement on the Spider-Man side. That is all left up to Sony on when they want to do it, and it's never really Disney's place to do anything about that. The big announcement I just want made that we've already been seeing rumors and hints about is an X-Men movie and a Fantastic Four movie. There's already been a person who discovered that Marvel Studios went ahead and requested ownership of a name that's linked to the Fantastic Four. So they're already beginning the work in the background. We could get the announcement of who's writing the new movie, who's directing it, or even a casting announcement. We all know we want John Krasinski, Emily Blunt. What I'm scared about is with this shift in wanting to go more Disney Plus and less theatrical, is that the new X-Men stuff might be all Disney Plus. Can you imagine? I mean, that would kind of be a great place for it to go. Explore the X-Men world through TV shows. That would give us a lot more time with all these other characters and mutants and get to explore their backstories. And with the budgets that they've shown, it could still do it justice. Part of me would still rather have a live action movie. We also just got the announcement that Deadpool 3 is still happening. They have the Bob's Burgers writers. Ryan Reynolds is coming back. It's going to be R-rated. How is Disney going to handle an R-rated property with the ownership being Disney? We already got reports that they're thinking of combining Hulu and Disney into one streaming service. My suggestion on that, if they do it, is inside Disney Plus, just make a little tab for Hulu, and that's where you can put all your R-rated adult content. Maybe make it password protected if you have your kids accessing Disney Plus. That way, if they click on the Hulu banner, they have to type in a little 1234 password. But either way, I'm looking forward to this event. We really need something, because so far, the only virtual event that has lived up to the hype was DC Fandom, man. DC Fandom knocked it out of the park. I hope it's a yearly event type deal. And Disney, you have just been silent, quiet all throughout the year since the pandemic. This is your time to kind of let your voice be heard. But I want to know from you guys, what most exciting thing do you want to be announced? How do you feel about this shift from theatrical to more Disney Plus related content? What do you think they're going to do with Black Widow? Do you think it will be a Disney Plus / theater release? And what announcements from Marvel do you think will be made? Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.